Good morning. This is Cecil and Blues. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Darkest Dungeon. No town events this week. We are on week 11, progressing through the darkest difficulty for the Crimson Court, Darkest Dungeon's newest expansion. If you have not picked that up, it is available on Steam for $9.99. It added a new area which we don't have access to at the moment, but we are going to fight one of the original bosses, the Necromancer. And when I say original, I mean very original. This was in, like, right away, right off the bat in beta, but things are a little bit out of our control. We have 3 people infected with the Crimson Curse, so I'm going to take 3 blood with me in order to allow them to drink. And we will also take with us 2 stacks of food. I think I'm going to take 12 torches, a stack and a half. We'll take 2 skeleton keys, and 2 shovels should cover it. What inside the ruins can benefit us greatly? Medicinal herbs can sometimes come in handy with alchemy tables, and sometimes holy water. So let's take a couple of those. We can take 1 less because we have 1 already. Bandages also, maybe 1 extra bandage. Before we dive in here, let me double check. Okay, so I've wasted a little bit of everybody's time here because I have forgot to check if we have the guild upgrades. We do. We can improve our performance pretty considerably here. Let's upgrade Stunning Blow so it has a higher chance of success. We'll upgrade Dismas's damaging abilities. We'll upgrade Kina's ability to heal. Aki, though, is not quite rank 2, so she can't upgrade any further. Alright, let's try this again. Reprovision. And let's try not to forget anything important in the process. Going with a stack and a half of these. 3 blood. 1 extra there. 1 extra there. A couple of medicinal herbs. A couple of keys. I think that should buy us everything we need. It leaves us with 5 empty spaces to start with.
Mastery over life and death was chief among my early pursuits. I began in humility, but my ambition was limitless. Who could have divined the prophetic import of something as unremarkable as a twitch in the leg of a dead rat?
It's like when you're in the middle of a sentence and then this cold hand grabs you on the shoulder. That's what it's like every time Wayne June starts to speak.
Walks these halls. Only the mad or the desperate go in search of him.
I don't want to interrupt his brilliant delivery of the narration. Looks like we have 1 wasting person here, so let's give them some blood. This person is craving. We can bloodlust them, but we'll wait until they're wasting for now. Our blood supplies are not considerable.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
I'm gonna regret doing this, possibly. There was nothing in this hallway. If there continues to be no purpose to heading this direction, it would have been a very, very bad mistake to dig through that if we run into a 3rd rubble. Okay, 6 to 11 damage could get the kill. Back here we've got 6 to 10 damage, very unlikely to get the kill. I would like to rely on our arbalist for that, I think.
Another abomination cleansed.
Getting a good kill like that off the bat makes me feel pretty good about it. We will do some healing. That was a pretty weak hit. Unfortunate. We are able to drop 2 of the units, though. Punished with a crit.
lapse in concentration.
And I think we'll use our pistol shot
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
to prevent further healing prevent further stress damage. And then we'll do some group heals, since her healing is so strong thanks to Joanna's head trinket. We'll have to rely on Bola there, but his health was very low. Totally worth it. Alright, we were able to get the contents out of there.
Impressive haul, if you value such things.
And then we can move east. There are books here. I don't like the books. I don't think they... Oh, it was a trap.
Ancient traps lie in
Now
wait.
this, on the other hand...
Men thirsting for blood.
Oh, I think it just gives an attack bonus. I don't want to have her click on it if it doesn't give stress relief, but it might. I forget. Altar of Light. If we give it holy water, will it give her stress relief? Excuse me. Okay, my mouse is freaking out on me. That was damage. It increased the delivery of it, but it was not stress relief. So now she does increase damage, and she is our Vestal, who does not have any damaging skills. So a bit of a blunder. And what can we do here? We're going to have to dump a lot of stress relief into her. We may have to camp fairly soon.
Be gone, fiend.
None of these leave corpses behind. Doesn't matter what we attack. Our, I suppose we can illuminate.
Back to the
Very nice. She does have some damaging attacks, I guess.
a fortune.
That is a considerable amount more loot than I expected. We're not going to take with the journal page this time. So yeah, we might wind up needing to camp sooner than expected. Just to clear up inventory space. Who do we want to strike down? Let's start with the Brawler, because we can apply a bleed to him. Looks like that guy is dead. Pulling our Vestal out of position is not cool. She does have access still to Hand of Light and Illumination. Hand of Light deals 4 to 8 damage, Illumination deals 3 to 8. 4 to 9 damage against the cultist Acolyte. Is it a stun? It's not a stun. Neither one of these are a stun. But one of them offers a debuff. Alright, we'll do that, and
Another one.
we'll try and finish it off with our Arbalist. Make sure you use the right ability.
Obliterated.
Of course, you get the crit for their full health and damage when you're just trying to finish them off. Always the way it goes. And we can Illumination to finish this guy
As
off.
the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Alright, put everyone back in order first. And what do we do with this loot? It is a tough call. The citrine overflows us. So do the portraits and the anti-venom. The portraits are what we use to upgrade our guild hall, so they're important to us. Probably more important than the busts at this time. Alright, let's leave everything else behind. I'm not sure when I want to do camping. I'm not. She got a considerable stress relief. Ooh, it's 2 rounds till death, so he'll. Since we didn't surprise them, he may get to act before we have a chance. We should probably do some healing instead of trying to do damage. Wounded but not dead.
Exposed to a killing blow.
Dismas is taking some serious hits. Everything is really low, so I think you grape shot blast here, and oh, we didn't kill everything.
Give them no quarter.
Well, these things happen, and we can't reach now. Let's try and draw attention to our Crusader.
A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
No, it did not stop the stress from going where it went, so that is a bummer. We, I think, are going to want to camp right now. Always again with the second hit and the crits.
They can be beaten.
Craving and nothing. The deeds. I want the deeds. Well, we could bandage away 4 damage, but that doesn't seem worth it. I am going to consume the holy water. Ah. Well, I just learned that. Don't have people with Crimson Curse drink holy water. Yep, that was a thing we just learned. Okay, she has to touch it, that's fine. As long as it's not kleptomania, I don't mind. As long as they're not going to steal it. At this location, we're going to want to camp, and we're going to... It doesn't look like we have any straight-up stress givers, so it's only going to be stress from crits. Kinna should hopefully make it through this fight without getting overly stressed, without being afflicted. And then we can camp and get her stress down. These 5 to 10 damage on both of them. Guaranteed kill on one or the other. Let's do that.
Maintain the offensive.
Okay, Kinna gets hit, but not a crit, so it's not terrible. Let's... 15 health, we may need 2 attacks to finish them off, so let's go ahead and wound them. They went too fast, that is unfortunate. Just before our Arbalist. And this will probably get the kill, so we don't get to take a healing action. We do get some replacement blood, a sapphire, a portrait, and some gold. Let's go ahead and camp. A full load. It makes our bloodthirsting Crusader not be happy with that. What action should we take from these respite points now that I know that's what they are? Well, we want to encourage our Vestal. All companions, bless. We want to do Bandit Sense. We don't want to get jumped. And then I think you encourage and encourage. That's good, but it doesn't. It's not everything. We have 4 points left. We don't have any more stress. Oh, we could. We can stand tall, which is an additional 15% down. Clean Guns increases his ranged damage for 4 battles. If we were camping right before the boss, I would definitely do that. But since we're not, I think I'm going to use it on Stand Tall, which is not as good, given that she didn't have mortality debuff.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
But I think it was still important to keep her stress low, given where we are in the dungeon.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles.
Alright,
paid for in blood.
how are we going to organize this loot so I remember what I want? Let's leave... Oh, I was going to say let's leave behind 4 crests, but that clearly was not necessary. I just hadn't noticed that my inventory wasn't full on them. Lots of combat in this dungeon, like, way more than normal. Doomsay, I think, now provides a horror? No, Accusation must provide horror. So we'll do a single target heal on Dismas. We'll kill this skeleton. And then it's on to the Madman. Again, it's bleed sticks, so we don't have to do anything more to him. We could get a crit here. Of course we don't.
Slowly.
Madman done. Bone Courtier is going to do Knife in the Dark instead of a stress attack. I am happy about that. We'll finish it off with our Crusader. And then our Bone Arbalist will be targeted down by Dismas with a pistol shot and a sniper shot from our Arbalist Aki. Again, when you're finishing it off, that's when the crits come in.
At least promises success.
So we got a table up here, and we can get additional loot out of this.
Of safety.
And I like loot.
If only treasure could
Well, at least we get to carry it with us. It wasn't a whole lot.
otherworldly corruption.
Okay, now someone's craving. Oh, that's fine. Craving is fine. I wonder why Dismas is not craving. He's got an iron will. And nothing in this room. No scouting. I'd kind of like to look down this hallway. But given our inventory situation... I mean, the more we explore, the more our inventory is going to decrease, because we still have a little bit of food. Oh, hello, boys. We're going to go right ahead and bring our light up. Start working on these things in the back. Pre-digestion fails. Gather the blood. Alright, that picks up a blight. Let's see if we can get a kill here. No luck.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
Down to 4 health. I think we go Grape Shot in that case. Try and pick up multiple kills. Doing a lot of damage here. Try and pick up the bleed to get that kill. Good. Unfortunately, that means our Crusader can't reach anything. Let's go ahead and go for some defenses. Maybe he can draw some attacks in. You gotta do that. It's really the most effective thing to do.
The slow death, unforeseen.
We've got 1 unit with full health. He resisted the Crimson Curse, but he already has the Crimson Curse, so not a problem. And then we can... okay. But I know what I need. I know what I've become, I know what I need. He's now craving. A nice amount of blood. Some busts. Good, good. Alright, here we go. Who do we want to have increased damage for the fight with the Necromancer? Let's give it to Aki. So plus 20% damage is good. It was not as good as the 30% damage we had given to our Vestal, but all in all, I would call it a success. There was nothing back here in this hallway, but or in the room, but since we got that Altar of Light, that will assist us in defeating the Necromancer. Wasting, we can go ahead and consume some blood now. Puts him back to passive. And I feel like you can, if they're craving, you can force them into Bloodlust, which gives them a bonus. Alright, hunger check. Oh, we shouldn't let our light get that low. And nice dodge there from our bandit. We get another one of these. We'll give this one to Dismas. Good deal. 2 people with increased damage as we roll into the Necromancer fight is going to be incredibly valuable. 1 trap. And 2 combats coming up in the next 2 rooms. Keep our light up, and then this is 100% disarm from our highwaymen, so that's a nice simple choice. Our Vestal's health is still, or stress is still kind of a liability, but I think we'll be able to keep it under control. 80, 74, right as the fight launched. We still surprised them. Seven to 13 damage. That's a pretty high chance of getting the lowest possible roll. That's a good chance of. Oh, lots of low damage here. Zealous Accusation does pick up 2 kills. So that's a positive. If we can get a kill with Illumination, all we have to do is not roll the bottom number. Also, we have to hit. That's another thing we had to do, which didn't happen. And she is punished by taking 2 hits. One of them a massive stress giver, which is her fault for having Joanna's head. It is making her healing much easier. But we don't have the augmenting trinkets to reduce that stress, that incoming stress. And we just barely didn't get him down. Let's go ahead and mark ourselves.
A time to perform beyond one's limits.
We can use pistol shot to finish this off, though. Okay, let's take the gold. I'm going to leave the crest behind. I like crests. Don't get me wrong. I definitely want them. But for now, we'll focus on the gold to keep our economy in good shape. Those districts cost a lot of money as well as a lot of heirlooms. I tell you, this has just felt like a very, very heavy... Okay, she's craving. Alright, maybe we give her a little bit of blood. Now she has bloodlust. It increases her damage. Okay, so yeah, we'd like Dismas to enter craving state for the boss. I'm not sure if damage improves their healing. I would have to assume not. Alright, taking a quarrel. Of course, taking another one. And of course, as I said, you're trying to finish someone off who has low health, you get your maximum damage roll. Same back there. And of course he goes first. We did finish them off. Of course, the purpose of doing so, I question now.
We require only the strength to follow it.
because we don't have... our Arbalest can't reach that anyway. Wow, that was a pretty efficient kill. Another skeleton key.
Brought low and driven into the mud.
The citrine, we've now left 3 citrines behind, so that's been 750 gold that could be taking up a single slot in our inventory. It's probably time to say goodbye to the medicinal herbs. And... do we want to check the sarcophagus? Picked up a negative trait. If stress... 20% stress if hit points are below 50%. We got some pretty nasty afflictions going on, or negative perks, negative traits for our heroes, making them pretty weak, and we just keep stepping on traps. If we knew where those traps were, it would be okay. Alright, let's head to the boss fight. We've got nothing else we can really do. There's a hunger check. Dismas will disarm that trap for us. And we are going to go into this fight with full light. Can we bloodlust Dismas? Because he's just normal. He's not craving. Okay, did buff him. Wait, remove. It's like 3 rounds of combat.
Towering, fierce, terrible.
What? So he can't drink blood now, even though he's craving, because I just drank it. That's the way things go. Clawing Dead spawns an ad, a pretty weak ad, but an ad nonetheless. Politely, it moves him back so our Arbalest can get to him. My life for the Crimson Fluid. Let's go ahead and just keep everyone's health topped off. Our Crusader will take care of the undead as Dismas stacks up the blight, or the bleed rather. And I think you illumination here. It's further debuffs, so he's got 52% bleed resistance down. Whoa! Could you please not do that again? He's got lower speed and a lower dodge. Well, that's good news. Ooh, nice crit. I think we are just about done with this fight. I'm tempted to go for the kill here. Didn't quite get it, but Dismas will definitely finish this fight now.
With no living sinew to actuate them, will these walking bones finally fail?
Didn't quite get the high enough damage necessary, but that bone dude... Wow! 36, that seems excessive. Okay, we picked up a Blight Charm. We don't have room for it, but that is why when you have garbage trinkets, you leave holes in your inventory so you can take home extra trinkets. Why? Jester only. Oh, it's a bloody die. It's a bloody die. Well, no problem. We will throw away a torch. Our adventures are done. There's nothing left to explore in this dungeon, so let's head back to the hamlet. Pretty successful, and we received a Holy Orders, which is a very rare Crusader trinket that is... it's okay. It's a stress reducer, which is nice. I'm going to stop that sound. And it gives him increased Deplo resist, but it decreases his Blight and Bleed resist. I mean, you know, given our kind of garbage trinkets on hand, it's probably good. Okay, so Reynold and Dismas enter the realm of the rank 3 heroes. They are now not suitable for fighting bosses. Well, not this range of bosses. Lots of negative traits, so we'll probably spend some time keeping them healed, getting rid of their stress, getting rid of their...
caused this great foulness, and it is shameful that I must rely upon you to set it right.
Getting rid of any diseases or afflictions that they have. Reynold, for example, has God-fearing and tuckered out. Maybe... Oh, gosh, that's so expensive. But maybe worth it. What does Dismas have here? Flawed release, lower crit on range skills. Fear of mankind, minus accuracy and increased stress to humans. That's more important. Let's get rid of that. And then Kenna needs some stress relief at a high degree. And we don't want to put anyone else in to stress relief as a result, because they will possibly pick up her Crimson Curse. Shiro won't do anything in there. Maybe we could stick a Jericho in that stress relief. If we sort by level... Oh, I sorted by stress for one, but let's get everyone out of party there so that it's not affected. Sort by level. We have 2 people at 3. We have 4 people at 2. This team is probably going to be the best to go after our next boss. We're going to need at least 1... week until we can do that, so that Aki and Shiro get a little bit of stress relief. Kenna is in stress relief. Bertrand, well, hey, that's just the way the dice goes on a flagellant. So let's consider here that 2 weeks out we either go to the Cove and face the Siren, or we go to the Weald and face the Wizened Hag. Both of those are pretty good shots. I would say that the Flagellant might not be great against the Wizened Hag because she resides in the back 2 positions, and his primary damage attack... Oh, it can reach the 3rd position, my bad. Alright, well then, never mind. That may be exactly the right choice. But for next week... we'll have to find something else to do. Maybe we'll take one of these low-level teams out. We can recruit someone new. I should see if there's something good. Ooh, a grave robber. Yeah, take a grave robber.
To those with a keen eye,
that's a good strong.
Like a dagger's point.
Fantastic. All right, so we'll probably put a team together to go on a low-level mission for the next episode and give some time for our top-level heroes to recuperate just a little bit before we face our next boss. So thank you so much for tuning in for today's episode. I hope you're enjoying the series. It will be continuing for a while. Darkest Dungeon games, well, they ain't short, and we'll have to see how we do about this. Did we get a blueprint? We didn't get a blueprint from the boss, so I guess I don't understand. If blueprints only come from bosses, like, how do you unlock everything? I mean, I understand there's not an infinite number of locations here, but I kind of assumed every boss would provide provide a blueprint. I guess I was wrong on that. So, thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you have a great day, and we will see you back here tomorrow for the next episode of Darkest Dungeon, The Crimson Court.